All right, welcome everybody to episode number 65 of We Are Family. And to start things out, we have something that has been in the works. We finally got a time and a day for it, and we're very excited. It's going to be game 2 of 3 of the pod games. This time we are playing some hockey, not ice hockey. We're not, good enough skaters for that, but we are going to be playing deck hockey. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be some new faces, some familiar faces, and who knows? This could win us the series outright, or, the basketball game will get a little bit more interesting.
Well, the stakes are higher now, not only because, they need to win to stay in the series, but let's just say that the talking and the chatter has certainly increased.
It's given a storyline. I will say that's that's the benefit.
Have a shift
well, you played a large part in that.
I did. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it because Have a Shift Day, I have a lot of respect for their podcast and what they do. And they should win. They should win on Sunday, right? We're doing this Sunday night. They should absolutely win. But they keep saying how it's going to be a dominant performance, how it's not going to be close. And so originally Brian Cashman wasn't going to play, right? So I said, T-Lay and Graves, you can go play for them. And they said, well, it's going to be unfair. I said, I don't care. We'll figure it out. And I said, this is going to be the teams. And they all agreed to it at first. And then Nick Schermito, little Nick Schermito. I love Nick Schermito.
Wow.
But he came in and tried to change things. I'm like, why are you coming in and changing things? And then I just started, talking some crap because I don't like this attitude that, oh, well, it's not even going to be close. It's this, Yeah, okay, fine. Keep saying that because that's the expectation now. Because if it's close in the third period, we're not going to be the ones sweating. We have nothing to lose here. We're playing with house money here, Schivins.
We are playing with house money. We have a combined experience of 0.
Yeah, except maybe one person.
So I'm bringing in some reinforcements. We're playing 4D chess here. It may not work out, but I'm bringing some reinforcements from my neck of the woods. Well, at least one, potentially 2. We got a goal. We got 2 goalies for each team. Thanks to Nick for doing that. It's gonna be exciting, but this isn't gonna be as friendly as the football game. I don't think.
Well,
wasn't friendly.
You weren't so friendly in the football game.
But now people aren't gonna be. I'm not gonna be the only one who isn't friendly now.
Oh yeah, hockey. It'll be more entertainment. There's gonna be more entertainment for sure than just we want to see a hockey game being played. It's going to be entertainment. There's storylines. I'm excited. I'm going to give it my all, and hopefully giving it my all does some impact.
Well,
yeah, and we haven't picked, at least for me, I haven't picked up a hockey stick in years.
I will say I have been playing with a couple Have a Shift Day crew. I haven't done anything crazy, but I have at least, used a hockey stick.
I picked up a stick today just to pick it up, just to get into the mindset. We got some hockey balls. We're getting the mindset here.
Yeah, but I love playing with house money and a lot of disrespect.
Hey, watch out. Hey, if we get one that sneaks by, take a 1-0 lead or something.
then they got to get off to a good start.
We get some checks. Yeah. We get a little into the board
action. We're going to be in the boards.
Yeah, we have to adjust how Tyler Beck's going to call this one.
Well, Tyler Beck is supposed to be making a rule book.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm excited, though. I never played hockey in an organized game like this, so I'm excited.
The only time I played deck hockey when I was like 6 and 7 for 2 years. Or it might have been like 3 years. Maybe I played till I was 8. And I really liked it. I wish I would have kept playing it, actually.
We could have used that.
I know. If I would have known 15 years into the future. But I forget what I was saying. But because I was taking classes at CLO and I was playing baseball. And so something had to be eliminated, and that was that at the time. I never came back to it, unfortunately.
Well, Tyler Beck, I just want to say this to you. Remember what me and Peyton did for you this week. Remember what we did for you.
We did.
I just say I'm not.
It was a great experience, but it was a lot of heavy lifting with the camera for 40 minutes of basketball
I know you
at
really
Chatham
appreciated
University.
what we did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so remember who was there with you at 10 o'clock at night on Tuesday night?
We're good.
Helping you out.
We need the refs.
We need the refs.
We need the refs.
Yes.
And Tyler Beck, I'm your treasurer. Like, we need some calls. Just saying. No. We want a fair game.
You'll be the only one on the board because Megan Lukic is a game time decision
Oh, I didn't realize that.
with a pinky injury. I don't know. I have no idea why, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I just want a fair game, and then we'll just hopefully play well.
But yeah, we'll record that. We'll send that out to you guys, and yeah, it'll be a fun thing.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Pittsburgh Pirates.
Pittsburgh Pirates.
This is like the first episode in a long time. I feel like because outside of the Olympics, what's been going on? You know, NBA's we don't care about the regular season.
Well, some of us care.
Cavs a little bit. Rest of the league is what it is.
And then hockey's off. College basketball. I think that we could talk about that more in another episode.
Closer to
we're getting close to
March
the
Madness
tournaments
and
here, and
yeah.
but we're going to talk about the Pirates today because it's spring training.
And people are dreaming.
People are. There's
including
more
probably
dreaming,
a little
but
too
yeah.
much dreaming for a Ben Sherrington run operation, but we believe in Donnie Kelly.
We do.
Okay, go ahead, Jake Bell. I'm sorry.
right. No, you're
I
good.
need to shut up.
No, you're all good. So what we're going to do, even though who knows what's going to happen, that's why, at least I felt, I think you guys agree, maybe not to do opening day roster predictions just yet because who knows what's going to happen as spring training rolls around. But we are going to do something I believe we did. I think we did last year, right?
Yeah.
I think we did.
We're doing it probably a little early,
Yeah.
but we had to talk about
And
something.
we're
Yeah.
gonna
We had
be
to do
having guests
something.
on
Right.
coming up.
Exactly.
Yep,
So,
that's true.
So there might not be another time where we have this
Right.
amount of time to just talk Buccos.
Exactly. But what we will be doing is making the 26-man roster of Pirates currently. We're not looking in the future what they might do. Like the current Pirates now, what our dream 26-man roster would be to start opening day. Do you guys want to go first? Want me to go first? How would you like to do this?
Let's have Jake Bell go first.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sounds
Start
good.
off strong and then slowly.
We'll
greater
see. Well,
spot.
there might be some arguing. We'll see.
Bell, you're an idiot. Why would you
Honestly,
pick
like
that?
right whenever I name the infield, there might. We'll see. So to start, this is what I have. Henry Davis as the catcher. Obviously, he's going to be catching Skeens. I think that's something that both of them have
And
established.
Chandler, I think too.
And
right?
Chandler, yeah. If I had to guess, I mean, you need Chandler.
Well,
to have,
I thought he caught Chandler. Like
I'd
most of the
imagine. I
time.
mean, they're gonna want like the pitchers they need to do well to like have Davis catching.
Maybe it was Ashcraft. I can't remember which.
Who
might
was
have
it
been
that likes
Ashcraft.
Bart?
Andrew Heaney, I think
Was
pitched
it
better
Bart?
against Bart.
Was that-
or pitched better with Bart? I think technically.
Legend.
Anyway, Horowitz at first base, especially against righties, maybe not so much against lefties. Second base, Brandon Lau. Third base, Jared Triolo. Right now, there's a hole at third base. I don't know if they're going to fix that, but I feel like Triolo is your best option right now. Shortstop, this is where it'll get interesting. Right now, I have Nick Gonzalez, and this is why.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Everyone hates it. The Pirates need Connor Griffin to be one of the best offensive players in the MLB. Not just, a good player, a really good player. They need him to be one of the best if they have any shot to make it far in the playoffs. They need to make sure he is 100,000% ready. And I don't think they're going to send him into AAA for service time. I don't think Ben Cherington really cares about that anymore because who knows where he's going to be in a couple years. They would send him to AAA to make sure he is ready. And if they feel that's going to be a week, if they feel like that's going to be a month, I think that's what's going to happen. And I think that's what should happen because you don't want to hinder any sort of development with Connor Griffin. He is the best offensive prospect possibly the Pirates have ever had. Maybe since Barry Bonds or something like that.
He's getting talked up tremendously nationally.
Right.
A little too much for my life.
Yeah.
It's
a
all
lot.
it's all
It's a lot
too
of-
much
yeah.
right now.
Right.
You're hearing generational.
Exactly.
You're hearing.
And it's like, guys,
Ken
it's
Griffey.
spring training. Like,
Yeah. I mean, he has all the tools to be incredible, but I still feel like there's just a little bit of seasoning there. He didn't play much in AA. I mean, his physical tools are coming out. He hasn't gotten a hit since. Not that he's not having good. He's having a very good spring training.
I know his first game, he hit one, like it would have been a homer in a lot of ballparks.
Right.
But like, yeah, I mean, he's 19 years old. Like,
Yeah.
there aren't, like, Juan Soto's don't happen all the time. And I'm not saying, maybe he is. I mean, maybe he is. But like, gosh,
Yeah.
it's just like a lot of pressure on the kid. And the Pirates have made enough improvements, I feel like, where you don't must have him on the roster
I agree.
this year.
And so the way I see it with Nick Gonzalez at short, yes, defensively, are you gonna get any sort of improvement from whoever the shortstops have been before? No, but to me, Nick Gonzalez is an interesting case. You trade for Brandon Lau, who is a second base name only. There's so much talk about Chirolo. Now all this hype about Connor Griffin. Nobody's talking about Nick Gonzalez. I think he's going to play a little bit angry. And I think the bat still has something there.
Well, I think he's been disrespected.
Right, exactly.
Quite frankly.
So, I mean, I feel like with all that being said, I think this might light a fire under him. And I think that offensively he could maybe produce a little bit better. I think that's definitely a possibility.
That's the hope.
But he's been good.
Yeah.
I mean, like, has he been great? Has he been the 7th pick in the draft type? But he's been, I mean, last year.
He's a league, we got to say he's a league average hitter and a below average.
I mean,
defender.
if he hits 280, 290, he's much more valuable because he's mainly a base hit merchant, really.
But I mean, last year he got hurt, right?
Yeah.
I think he would have had a good year if he didn't get hurt last year. His numbers, they were a little worse than I remember.
Mm-hmm.
He tapered off at the end of the season.
Yeah, it's just OPS. It's not because he hits a lot of base hits. But again, if he hits 280, 290, I'll take his lack of extra base hits.
Like
he doesn't walk
right,
that
that
much.
too.
I just, I have a soft spot for Nicky.
I do too, but like
I don't know. I don't know. I always think he gives good at bats, and I mean, I understand that he strikes out a lot and he doesn't produce enough power. But again, he hasn't played 100 games in a season.
Right.
Like he's played 94 and 96.
Yeah, and to me, like I think that's a risk I'm willing to take right now because that bat at least has something. It's not like he has this atrocious bat.
No.
So I would be looking forward to that happening. So that rounds out my catcher, like my starting catcher in infield. Outfield, I think is pretty obvious. Left field, you have to go Brian Reynolds. I know they're talking about O'Hearn in left. Left field, I think, is where Brian Reynolds plays the best. And I think you got to keep him there.
That doesn't mean it's great, but it's...
Right. But, like, at least you'll get serviceable play out there.
I feel like he's serviceable. Like, I always, like, the numbers are, like, he's in way negative, but I just think he makes the play in front of him.
He was way worse in right field last year than any time he was in left field.
I agree. And I keep him in left field. Obviously, O'Neal Cruz in center field. Defensively, not the greatest, but he has your best closing speed. He's going to be able to track down the most fly balls. You have to have him at center field, O'Neal Cruz. And then right field, I think Ryan O'Hearn. That's the outfield position he's played the most in his career. It's something they're going to have to do with the way the offense has really reshaped here. I think Ryan O'Hearn in right field makes the most sense for that. And then DH, Marcelo Zuna. I think that's obvious. Probably going to be one of the best hitters on this team. And then this is where it gets a little interesting, my 4 subs. So to start, obviously, Joey Bart. We mentioned this before the podcast, but please have him catch once or twice a week whenever Davis isn't catching, and then move him to first base against lefties. That is the 100%.
It's the most obvious thing.
It's the most obvious thing that they could do.
We've been saying that for 2 years.
I have been saying that for 2 years. But to me, like, make him the poor man's version of Mike Napoli. Just have it like I'm not worried about his defensive progress if you switch him from first to catcher. We know what his defense is at this point. I would have him catch once or twice a week, have him play first base against lefties. That's what I would do. So I had him as a sub because of that whole thing. But next, Jake Mangum, your obvious 4th outfielder, very good defensively, and you get someone that can hit for a little bit of average, something that the Pirates need, and he doesn't strike out often. I think that's an easy call there. These last 2 spots, it gets a little bit interesting. The second to last spot, I have Nick York. Because Connor Griffin is not making the opening day roster, you need someone that can play middle infield, and you need some depth there. And we know Nick York is not an everyday player anymore. I think that's experiment's no longer going to be the case. But we know that he has a bat that can have a little bit there. And I think that plays well as a backup infielder, someone that you just plug and play. Maybe you don't like Brandon Lau's defense late in games, and you put Nick York at second base instead. There's some options there. And then my last spot, this one's, I think, a very hot take because no one projects him to be an opening day player, but I think he should. And that's Billy Cook. He plays tremendous corner outfield defense, something that the Pirates are going to need. We, again, just like Nick York, we know he's not an everyday player. You need someone that can play a reserve role well and that has defensive flexibility.
So Billy Cook is your 5th outfielder.
Kind of, but he could also play first. So like he could play infield, he can play outfield. He's someone I would want as someone backing up with the lack of defense you have in the outfield. So I know that's a hot take, but that's just what I would want.
Cook and York, I can't.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can deal with.
But
maybe
like,
one of them, both of them.
But like we know they're not an everyday player anymore. You need some with how we don't have the defense that we need. We improved on the offense. I'd rather take the defensive flexibility as your subs than have them as everyday players.
What have they proven up? I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're right. I mean, but like they both had down years in AAA, and from an offensive standpoint, would you hope that like they go back to AAA and actually perform? Before...
I'm not worried about them in the offense every day. If I was, I would say yes. But I'm not worried about their offense every day. You just need some flexibility with the lack of defense you have.
I mean, but what about Garcia? He
Garcia,
can play that's corner and outfield.
He could,
and they added him for his bat too.
They did, but he's someone you need to play You need to have every day at bats. He's had a cup of coffee in the MLB. There's nowhere for him to play every day in the MLB. He's someone you need to get going. I'd start him in AAA and then call him up, assuming he does very well. But he's someone I'd rather play every day and have in AAA than have as a bench player, and then he never really gets it going. Maybe he strikes out a ton. It's just he's someone that I think has so much potential. You have to have play every day somewhere, and I don't think the MLB is where he's going to play every day. And he hasn't played in the MLB very much, so. It's a hot take. I was going back and forth on that.
The Nick York thing, I can understand. Billy Cook, I'd rather just have 4 outfielders and not even have Billy Cook.
But like, again, late in games, and you need to track down outfield. Imagine you have an outfield where you have Jake Mangum, O'Neal Cruz, and Billy Cook in late in games. Like, I think that works out tremendously.
Is he worth it that much? Is his defense that much worth it?
With starting Ryan O'Hearn out in right field, yes. There's just not much there. Like,
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I think it's something I would definitely explore, assuming they don't make any more moves.
I mean, the Pirates all offseason, their offseason has been, we are going to improve this offense and make it the best it can be no matter what.
Yeah.
So, like, and that's what they've needed to do because they've been too worried about defense.
Exactly.
So, so you could either counter that saying, well, why worry about defense now? Or say, hey, we need to save those roster spots for to help the defense.
That's
the argument.
Yeah, I'm arguing the latter there for sure.
And I guess I see that.
Well, I mean, at the end of the bench, that's usually what you're looking at. You're looking at a defensive guy, and I think on this team,
because pinch hitters aren't as much of a thing anymore.
Right, especially with the like if the Pirates needed a very good pinch hitter, then you make that decision. But
yeah, I'm not against that. I've just been waiting for Cook and York, to do something.
I have too, but at this point, like I know what they are. I don't think there's much more.
The Pirates do too, which is why they this offseason did what they did.
Yeah,
because they saw what this team was, even kind of the depth pieces, and said we need to get better. Do we just want to go through all our offense first, or do you want?
We could. I mean, I can go with my notable.
We haven't even got into.
Yeah,
we haven't even got into pitching.
I could go with my notable misses. We already mentioned Connor Griffin and Garcia. Another one's Rafael Flores. I think in a world maybe you trade Bart and he becomes your second catcher. I don't know, but we need to see more of him. I think in AAA. You need him to play every day, and that the same goes for Andy Rodriguez, my last notable miss. I think those two you have to play every day. Just not enough major league experience, and the catching situation's a little weird. I think we talked about it beforehand, but yeah, that's my offense. So,
you want to go?
Are we going to offense? Okay,
we could, yeah.
So that'll be quicker. Okay, so obviously we have Horwitz, Lau, Triolo. You have Horwitz, Lau, Triolo at
first, second, and third.
First, second, and third. Well, okay. Well, let me just. I'm just trying to figure out how. I didn't put in. I just wrote down names. So I'm just gonna. Okay. Nick Gonzalez is obviously on the team. Horwitz is on the team. Lau, Triolo. This is infield. Bart. I have Bart and Davis as your 2 catchers because we know Bart's not going to be at first base.
Yeah,
he's just
unfortunately.
not. And as far as first base is concerned, when Horwitz is going to be at first. When Horwitz needs a day off, you could put O'Hearn there. And then you could put Mangum in the outfield. And vice versa, right? So I'm in agreement with you about Connor Griffin. I think there's too much hype. It's just too much. And if he comes out and bums, and then you got to send him down.
Yeah, that's the biggest fear.
That's like a big confidence hit, not only to him but to the entire organization, the entire team. However, with Joey Bart is the big sore in this roster right now, because here are your other options. You have Connor. Here are your options for that final infield spot. You have Griffin, Flores, and Rodriguez, who can both catch, right? And then you have Enmanuel Valdez, who could play third and second. So, you love Enmanuel Valdez. I wouldn't hate to see him on the team. I just don't see. But the thing with Rodriguez and Flores, yeah, they could both play first, but you want them, especially Flores, you want them to be getting everyday time at catcher.
Yeah.
And, if you have Bart and Davis and Bart is a catcher and he's not doing anything else, then they're going to come in and play first here and there? Like, how is that helping them develop? And for Rodriguez, I would be okay if Flores made the opening day roster, but Rodriguez needs at-bats. He needs time after all that he's been through. So because of that, I actually do have Griffin making the roster and just having him start, because you already have Triolo. You have Triolo at third, and then Gonzalez, can he play third? Gonzalez could play a little third, right?
He may have like a little bit. I don't know how good he is.
But like,
I got somebody who could play third base.
I mean, to me, it's either Griffin or you bring up Enmanuel Valdez. Like, because I don't want Flores and Rodriguez up here if they're going to be just playing first here and there.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. I'm taking Connor Griffin every day of the week over Enmanuel Valdez. And to me, the Pirates is the most aggressive they've been. So if they were to continue that, like, if they want to win now and if they're serious, like, I mean, what has Ben Sherrington got to lose at this point? Like,
That's
you've already
very true.
sucked for 6-7 years. Like, who cares?
I wouldn't be upset. Obviously, I would not be upset.
And Gonzalez,
rosters, so.
I love him as a bench piece, and he can fill in at second. He can fill in at short, and maybe even third base. Now, that's the thing. Like, so Triolo's your everyday third baseman. I'm in favor of them trading Bart, letting Flores play with Davis, and putting Gonzalez and keeping Griffin down in the minors, and having Gonzalez be at short, and then you have a third base, and you trade for another third baseman. You trade Bart for a third baseman. That to me makes the most sense.
Getting late early, in terms of that,
Right. But so that's what I'm saying. As the roster stands right now, with Bart being there, no other third baseman other than Valdez, like, I'm calling up Connor Griffin. Like, I don't see a world where you don't. Or, I mean, obviously I could see a world where you do, but like, I just think it's best for the team if he's on the roster. This stuff's complicated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having trouble with it.
I would not be opposed to it, obviously. Like,
and then O'Hearn, Reynolds, Mangum, Garcia, and Cruz. I mean, they traded for Garcia. Let's see what he can do. I mean, I think I like the potential of his bat more than Mangum. I mean, maybe he gets some. Maybe him and Mangum split starts. But then over, I always forget about Cruz. There's 5 outfielders, so Hearn, Reynolds, Cruz, Mangum, Garcia. I know we want Garcia to get playing time, but I'm just trying to put the best team together possible here. You know, it's hard to balance that out.
Oh, it is definitely.
Look, did Garcia play any first base?
I'd imagine no.
I don't think so.
Like in the minors, probably not.
Pirates wouldn't even think of that, of even moving him.
They don't even think of Joey Bart playing first.
Yeah,
How did they think of that?
All right, is it my turn?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so I got Horwitz at first. I got Blau at second, Triolo at third, Connor Griffin at short, and here it is. Picture this, everyone. I want you to close your eyes.
Oh, boy.
I'm so excited.
Close your eyes and think about
right.
this. March 27th. Is that opening day? March
Yeah,
27th?
something. I think it's the 26th, but whatever.
Whatever that day is. Citi Field, Queens, New York Mets. Leading off the game for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Connor Griffin. Taking at bats against Nolan McLean. Skeens.
Nolan McLean?
I don't know if they're opening. Just
Bro.
close your eyes with me.
It might be actually, like genuine.
And Skeens coming out to pitch in the bottom half of the inning. Oh wait, no, revert. Yeah. Revert.
You're right.
Yeah, I was right. Yep. Think about that. I want you to think about that real hard. National television. Connor Griffin, first batter for the Pittsburgh Pirates in 2026. Leading off. He is a perfect leadoff hitter for any team. And for
the Pirates don't have a leadoff
for
hitter.
a team of the Pirates that haven't had a leadoff hitter for a while now, he is a perfect leadoff hitter. I love everything about it. I don't have concerns about him struggling. If he does struggle, he is one of the best character guys. That's what they said. He's mature beyond
very,
years.
very, very, very true.
Now the rebuttal to that is he's succeeded everywhere he's been. You can open your eyes, Jake.
Okay, I was still dreaming. I thought there was
sleepy.
I thought there was more than just Griffin. I was like hoping
I was looking at Jake Bell.
He wanted a World Series title.
I did. That's what I was thinking.
Picture this, Jake Bell.
Now you're closing your eyes.
Bucktober, PNC Park. Connor Griffin. Paul Skeens strikes out the side. Connor Griffin leads off the bottom half of the inning. Home run into our left field bleachers.
I'd cry.
They're going crazy. Can you believe it? Pirates World Series.
Yes, confirmed.
We can all open our eyes now. But that was fun. I'm looking over at Jake Bill.
Because I thought whenever you're like after Connor Griffin, I thought you were gonna say like some crazy player you thought was gonna make it. So I was like, that's like my thought process.
Yeah. So I just think with Griffin, I think the pressure is going to be too much for the Pirates not to have him start.
That is true. That is.
It is already before spring training even started. It was rampant, and now he's hitting tanks in Fort Myers. I mean, he's presents himself so well. He has the body type. He has the right mindset. He's succeeded everywhere he's been. He has all the intangibles.
Here's my thing.
I just think
I understand that it's just like he hasn't had a lot. It's spring training's a joke. Like Kevin Newman once hit 500 in spring training.
The idea of spring training's not a joke, but the numbers you don't take seriously.
Yeah, and it's just like he has so little experience, and he had a great year last year, but like, is that enough of a sample size to call this guy up to the big leagues right now? Like
maybe
I don't think
he has something to prove if you start him out.
With the Pirates, this goes to my cautiously optimistic thing I said with Pony. With any prospect, I am not ever completely sold, as I'd be a complete idiot and kick this off. Let's fix this here, if we can, without. There we go.
Nice.
Wow. I am not sold on any prospect entirely, ever, until I see them do it. Because we just know how bad this organization is with developing hitters. So he's independent of. He was good before. Like he was the greatest. He was the best high school player.
He was
going in the draft.
And you know what? Like I'll admit I was wrong.
His dad's a coach.
I didn't like when they drafted him because I was like, we need to get guys up here quick. And
that's what I thought
he was going to take it a while. And they said his hit tool was meh. Well, that was wrong.
Yeah.
That was a wrong analysis. Good
wrong.
Lord.
Well,
But yeah,
by
go ahead.
the way, too, with Griffin, this team, this franchise, it has schemes, but the jolt needs to be.
You don't have time to
offensively.
waste. That's the
Yeah,
argument.
it's very
I don't
true.
think. Does he have enough polish? Probably not. But do I really care? No, I really don't. And I don't think Ben Cherington has any right to care. He can't care at this point because he should be. I mean, it's been years that he should be general managing for his job, if that's a term. But he should firmly be on the hot seat. Obviously, even with I don't care at the off season, it's year 7, and so they got to pull all the strings and do everything they can to make the playoffs this season, right? Because I think anything short of that. Maybe that's unreasonable, but it's year 7.
No, I
right?
agree. I 100% agree.
And so I just don't think you can be complacent in this moment. I think having Connor Griffin on this team sends that jolt to the fan base, but also to that clubhouse because they know what he can do, right?
Right.
And he doesn't have to be. I think some people are like, he's going to hit 30 homers, 90 RBIs, and he's going to hit 290.
Just get on base and steal.
Like,
and
if he hits 20 homers and he steals 30 bases, that's a vast improvement to what they would have.
If he hits, if he hits 15 to 20 homers and hits 260, 270.
I'd take that in a
right.
heartbeat.
Like that's, and I think a lot of people right now would think that would be a disappointment. No, it wouldn't. It really wouldn't.
Look at Bobby Witt Jr.
He's
as
a rookie.
Look at Bobby Witt Jr. as a rookie. Whenever he
was just barely above league average.
Yeah, and now
player.
he's one of the best all-around infielders in the game right now.
Yeah, and another thing about Griffin is his defense. I mean, he is a good defender. He's smooth at short. Everybody wanted to move him to center field. He would be great in center too.
Mm-hmm.
But he's smooth at center or at short.
Yeah.
And I think he's better. He's a better defender than Nick. I love Nick Gonzalez.
I
have him on my roster.
That is not
I have
a
Nick
debate.
Gonzalez on my roster.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I love Nick Gonzalez too. But I just think Connor Griffin leading off opening day, making the roster.
He probably can provide more than Nick Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Probably.
No, yeah.
Like-
I mean,
What are you saying? Probably. I would guarantee.
I mean,
that he would provide more than Nick Gonzalez.
No, I see, but I would if Connor
even
Griffin
at
makes the
his
opening
worst
day roster.
is what I'm saying. At his worst.
I'd be happy with Griffin. I hope no one sees what I say as, I would be mad if Griffin doesn't make. I'd be very happy if he makes opening day. You know
and
what
I
mean?
completely understand where you were coming from, Jake. With the additions, there's not that need to have him up immediately.
Right.
My argument isn't necessarily about the immediacy. It's just about what that does going into this season for a franchise that it seems like every season it's like everything needs to go right. You know, going into opening day, you have a bad start and it spirals, or you have a great. It'll be interesting to see how this team starts because we can't gauge what this team's going to be after a month. Or a month and a half.
We learned our lesson in 2023.
20
and then 2024 we were 9-2 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But then last year
we were bad and we were bad.
So
it was bad.
I'd like maybe I don't know, a 13-15 start or a 15-13 start. You know, something.
Yeah. I would take that. I would take it.
I think if you're the Pirates, you need to show something against the Mets and against the Reds, on the road to start the season.
Mm-hmm.
I think being competitive and really winning one of those series, I think would do a lot.
Especially against the Reds.
Yeah, because the Reds are talking way too much.
They are. All they got was Suarez. What they do, he's going to strike out 250 times.
But I think, I just think Connor Griffin. Who's the leadoff guy for the Pirates? Other than if Griffin's not,
if it's already
Jake Mangum, I mean,
I'd say Horwitz if Mangum doesn't start.
Because Mangum's not going to start. So that's my but he feels like the prototype for a leadoff hitter, but not like a great. He's not like a great hitter, but he has that prototype of getting on base, not striking out, that kind of leadoff hitter.
Well,
where
Mangum,
Griffin, but he's not going to start every day. He's
that's
just
what I'm
not.
saying. There's a gaping hole at that leadoff spot, and there has been for years. I just think he immediately fills that. And would it be a lot of pressure? Probably, but there was a lot of pressure for him going into spring training, and he's hitting bombs like it's nothing.
Yeah.
So that's where I am with Griffin. I think if we're crafting a team best suited to win, I think Connor Griffin would be on there for me. So I have him at short and the leading off. And then, Yeah, Triolo third. Outfield, Reynolds in left.
Oh,
Cruz
Triolo,
in center. What's his name? O'Hearn in right. Ozuna DHing. And then my bench players are Nicky G, Joey Bart, Jake Mangum, and Emmanuel Valdez. I have Emmanuel Valdez.
I like that.
If one of York or Billy Cook does not make, if
I
Nick
like
York
Valdez.
doesn't make the opening day roster, I would be perfectly fine.
I
with
almost
Valdez.
put him in.
So this is a little bit of like what I want plus like what I think the team could be thinking about. They liked Valdez last year.
Yeah.
Remember in April?
We all liked him.
I mean, he's a scrappy guy that hustles.
He played first. They needed first. He filled in, and he played pretty well. Third base, you can't have Jarrett. What's the depth behind Triolo? Now you can say
that's
Nick
my
York.
only thing.
Yeah.
That's when I was looking at this because I didn't have things as organized as you guys because I did it last minute.
I did it last minute.
I was
Yeah,
the most
but-
organized.
Yeah, he was, and I'm this bad like without a lot of preparation. But anyway, I mean that's not always true. But anyway, I had Bart, Davis, Griffith, Triolo, and I said, well, I was like, who's playing third with Triolo? You know, I mean. You can't put Gonzalez
That's
there.
what I see with Nick York. That's that kind of backup. But I like Valdez as the lefty option.
I like Valdez.
With the righty
that's a
Triolo.
good point. No, I agree. I would be fine with that.
Now,
if York doesn't make it.
just for like versatility, because I think Triolo would start most days.
I'd much rather have Valdez than York.
Okay, well, that's.
I'm sorry.
I think they're both similar players at this juncture.
Yeah, I think Valdez makes more sense. I didn't even think about that. Like Valdez does make more sense as the righty lefty with Triolo. So I would actually.
But again,
I would agree.
I don't know how much they care about that because I think Triolo would get the majority of starts even against righties.
No, I'm gonna change it. I'm putting Valdez instead of York now.
Wow.
You just changed my mind.
Wow.
That's what a job.
It is. That's a great job because like I didn't. That makes much more sense.
Well, for me, like this offseason, and really, I mean, the whole season, we forgot about Valdez because he got hurt. He was out for the season. And I just think, he's a pro. He's a pro's pro.
Mm-hmm.
He could step in there. And I think they value him. I really do. And I think York, I assume, would have an option or two left.
I think he does. Yeah.
I don't know if Valdez does, honestly. I'm not sure.
Good point.
And I think Valdez is a valuable player. And I think I was between also, like, you like to have 5 outfielders. And with what I have, it's 4 with Mangum as the 4th outfielder and no Garcia. I was thinking about Garcia. But I was just like, I think they want that infield depth with Triolo because that's that position that's the most up in the air in terms of where we think we're going to get offensively.
And you could make that decision to platoon Triolo if you really want. If he's struggling against righties, like that would be an option there. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was what my team looks like. Again, I think Valdez and York, I think they're kind of similar offensively, but I just think. I think the Pirates, almost more than any team, they like that lefty-righty combo thing.
And I'd agree with that, yeah.
Again, late inning situations, more likely than not, it's gonna be a righty, and maybe you bring in a Valdez instead of Triolo. Again, I think Triolo might be a better hitter than Valdez. I'm not sure. I think
Valdez is a better hitter. I'm gonna make that prediction.
Well,
if he does,
I like Valdez,
great.
but look at his numbers.
So I was gonna put in Valdez over Griffin, and keep Rodriguez, Flores, and Griffin in the minors. But like, how can I keep Griffin? Like, how could I put Emmanuel Valdez over Griffin?
Yeah.
You don't have to make that.
But then
I didn't make that decision. I put them both.
But so then. So wait, so how? Okay, and then you.
I only have 4 outfielders though.
Yeah, he doesn't have Garcia, and
because
you know what? I think you guys are convinced. I got to take Garcia out.
And I like Garcia.
Yeah, I love Garcia. I think he would do very well. It's just I want him playing every day.
I agree now. Actually, I'm changing my mind too. You guys have convinced me because
this is very wholesome. We've all convinced each other. I think
Garcia. And then you put in Valdez, Griffin, and Valdez.
Because I think the infield depth is more important, honestly.
Yeah.
I like Mangum as a 4th outfielder, and I would rather have that extra spot go to third base, or short with Griffin or whatever, because that's the position that's most like, I don't know, like up in the air, but like the position where it's a premium position. You got Triolo there. You know what I mean? Do you want him being at that position every day? I'm not so sure. So, because again, if you don't have a Valdez,
who are your? So did you?
Catchers are Davis and Bart.
And Rodriguez. So Rodriguez Flores,
is
and Garcia get pretty much everyday playing time in the AAA.
That's how I have it.
And
too,
I think that's
and that's depth.
That's right.
That's some depth there.
it is.
So they, heaven forbid somebody gets hurt, but injuries happen. You have a Garcia that I would feel comfortable bringing up and giving at bats to, as a bench player, ideally, with Mangum. But there is some more depth catcher-wise. Endy, if one of them gets hurt, I would be more than comfortable having Endy come up and be a backup or get his chance to show what he can do.
Absolutely.
With all his injuries. So there's a lot of different things, but let's go to pitchers here.
All right, pitchers. Here we go. This one I'm not too sure. Maybe I might as well throw Paul Skeens out there as one of the starting pitchers.
Really?
Yeah, I know it's shocking.
Wow.
Yeah, I know I know. I know you guys probably never heard of him, but I think he has a chance. But anyway,
He's only won one Cy Young.
I know.
Guy,
Yeah.
he walked 4 batters yesterday. I'm really concerned. Actually.
Yeah, with ABS,
DFA.
Dude, I was watching that. He kept getting screwed.
Yeah.
They kept giving him calls, and the Braves kept challenging
which
it.
is opposite from last year.
And Matt Olson won one by 0.1 of an inch.
Oh yeah, I thought it was a close
that's the
call.
one thing I hated. That's ridiculous.
Wait, what?
Well, can I just say something real quick about that? I don't like how they're removing the box on TV now.
Yes.
Because now it's I don't like that.
They could rig
Why?
it.
But why? But why? Why don't you? What's the problem?
Because I like seeing the box, and then you could see beforehand, and then you can make sure
But so the reason I agree with you, I like seeing the box too, and from a fan's perspective, I understand where you're coming from. But the reason they're doing that is because they don't want, because then there's a chance teams can get the broadcast and look.
Oh, that's a good
and
point.
then challenge, and then tell their guys, hey, challenge this, challenge that.
That is a good point.
That's what I read. I was reading about that. That's why, the main reason why.
So what?
Mm-hmm.
This is about the fans, isn't it? What are we doing here, MLB?
All right.
I think this is an outrage that doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Skeens, Mitch Keller for sure. Braxton Ashcraft, obviously, he was so much better as a starting pitcher than I thought he would.
Yeah.
Be. So obviously him. Bubba Chandler, I think that's obvious, especially with how many guys
He
we
was
traded.
all over the place 3 days ago.
Yeah, I know. Even though he has some of the best stuff that the Pirates have had.
Everyone's out of
pitching.
control, but Bubba Chandler, I don't care.
And the fifth starting,
walks have been an issue for him, though.
it is.
I mean,
But it was the first outing in Bradenton or wherever they were playing.
I mean, he's the guy. He's a guy that wants to win. I want him.
And walks really weren't that big of an issue when he was in the majors.
Yeah, but for the fifth starter, I'm doing something a little bit interesting. I think they shouldn't have one specific pitcher man this fifth spot. I think this is what they should do. Jose Urquidy and Hunter Barco switch fifth rotation spots, and then the other is the long reliever in between, or reliefs the other one if they only pitch 4 because Urquidy, he's penciled as a fifth starter, has this experience, but is he really going to be,
He's missed 2 seasons
exactly,
in a row
him and Hunter Barco? It's not like Urquidy's going to be so much more stretched out than Hunter Barco, and, Urquidy's going to pitch 170
Or,
innings.
you know what they did last year, which I thought actually worked at times? They'd have one guy pitch 3 innings, and then another guy pitch 3
Right.
innings.
I would do it either that way, or just have one guy's starting pitcher, the other long reliefs in between their start in 2 weeks, and then they make that fifth appearance. So they switch. So realistically, if they were to play the whole season, one would pitch 16 games as a starter, the other would be 16 games as a starter as well. That's the way I would see that go. So that's what I would do if I were the Pirates. And so as for the bullpen, Dennis Santana as the closer. I'd have Isaac Mattson actually as the eighth inning guy. I know Gregory Soto. There are talks, but yeah, he earned it. He's fiery. He's a Pitt Panther, and that's not the reason.
Yeah,
he came out of nowhere.
Pitt Panthers said, I didn't get the memo today.
Yeah, it was a coincidence. But no, Isaac Mattson, I love that guy. He's not afraid to attack. That's what you want as an 8th inning guy, so that's what I'm going with. Gregory Soto as the 7th inning guy primarily. He's had experience in the back end of the bullpen, and I'm more comfortable with him there. Rounding out the rest of the bullpen, I have Justin Lawrence. I know we didn't see very much of him.
Oh,
but
I'm sorry. I missed Santana, Matson. Who else?
Soto.
Soto, and then Lawrence.
And then Lawrence. I think he has some of the best stuff in the bullpen. I was a little skeptical whenever the Pirates brought him in because, like, everyone thinks all these Rocky pitchers are guaranteed to have success whenever they leave Colorado. But Lawrence, I think, can be that.
Now, it was a small sample size,
was.
obviously, with his injury.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you like what you see from him.
Oh, yeah. I
That
think
short
he
time.
more than should be in the bullpen. Next, I know he hasn't really pitched too much, but the stuff is there. Mason Montgomery. You need a lefty. I think he has so much potential to be a back-end bullpen guy. Pitches near 100, if I'm not mistaken. I mean,
Yeah.
he's the guy that I want in the bullpen. Next, Carmen Majinski. Please make him a 2-inning guy at most as a
my
reliever.
Lord, have mercy.
Please. That's where
Bro, they're
he
gonna
is
make
lights
him
out.
start. Now, they
Yeah.
are hung up on this.
Maybe-
I have no idea.
If you really
why.
want to have him start 2 innings and then put Hunter Barco or Urquidy. To me,
Maybe that's
Majinski is fantastic going once in the order. Like he's you look at the numbers, an ERA under 1 or under 2.
That's why I just
in
don't
the first
understand
order.
why he could be a great just back end reliever.
Yeah. And then obviously I mentioned the long reliever. It would be either Hunter Barco or Urquidy, depending on the spot there. But for my last reliever, and this is someone that I don't think some people are talking about, some like really in-depth people. I would give it to Brandon Benoit.
Who the hell is that?
You've
Who's
never heard
Brandon
of him?
Benoit? No.
He had like this.
What?
He broke the minor league record for like not allowing a hit for like 20 straight innings.
Who was the guy?
What? When was this?
This is all
Who
year.
is this person?
Bedell,
He was from Australia.
He
He had like one of the best minor league pitching seasons in all of baseball last year, and they just added him to the 40-man. Yeah. I can't believe you've never heard of him.
I was gonna change.
No.
Look him on Baseball Reference.
I was gonna change.
Wait, so give me your list, Jake Bell, again. Just read out your list.
Of relief pitchers.
Bullpen, yeah.
Dennis Santana, Isaac Matson, Gregory Soto, Justin Lawrence, Mason Montgomery, Carmen Majinski, Brandon Benoit, and then either Hunter Barco or Urquidy, depending on the.
And Ramirez is out.
Ramirez, DFA. I'm
You're
sorry.
done.
He has great stuff. He has
Ramirez.
great stuff, but he's too wild. Some other notable misses. Evan Sisk, and that's where, to me, he's your first guy up.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no!
But to me,
You gotta
he-
have
I actually just removed. Jake Bell's convinced me.
Wow.
Because I didn't have Urquidy on my
Oh,
on
really?
it at all. I had Barco as just the fifth guy.
Yeah.
So I like your thing with because Barco doesn't have that experience at all.
Exactly.
I like that. But I just took Evan Sisk off.
But
because-
Evan Sisk, like, he is your first guy up
No.
if
I love Evan
Brandon
Sisk.
Benoit flops, if
He's not that guy.
Hunter
Brandon-
Barco, you have to send down. Like, Evan Sisk is your first guy. I like Evan Sisk, but I do have to send him down. Same with Kyle
Send him
Nicholas.
down.
Yeah. Same with Kyle Nicholas.
Oh, wow.
He's someone I would have to send down just because he has an option left. And just like Ramirez, he does get a little wild at times. And then Thomas Harrington, I kind of have a notable miss, but
Wait,
that's not it.
so who are your relievers one more time? So you had
So Dennis Santana. I want to go into Benoit a bit more.
Oh, yeah, Benoit, that's
but
who-
I don't know,
Benoit, Matson, Soto,
This is-
Lawrence, Montgomery, Majinski, Urquidy / Barco.
I'm hearing this for the first time.
So Benoit, to me, I would have him because he has some of the best stuff as a minor league relief
How do you
pitcher
keep
for the
doing that?
Pirates.
Because this thing keeps falling and it's driving me nuts.
but you keep kicking it up and
Because I'm.
you're disrupting everything. This is a disaster.
Bro, you think I don't know that?
And so with Benoit, what you do, or what you have with him, is you have a guy that is more effective than anyone that Charrington's ever brought in as a reliever. He had an ERA of 0.74 in 4 different levels of the minor leagues
Oh, wow.
last year. He's going to be in his age 25 season. In an age standpoint, he's ready. I would rather take the risk on him than, Kyle Nicholas or Evan Sisk, guys that don't really excite you. Brandon Benoit, I think, could come in and do very well right away. And he's someone I'm very excited for. I would have him on the opening day roster. I know he has options left because they just put him on the 40-man. I don't care. I want him pitching. I want him with his efficiency, giving up 5 earned runs in 61 innings last year.
So was that in the minor leagues he did that?
Yeah.
So do you know his mix at all? Like, is he like a finesse pitcher? Is he?
Well, okay.
He
so,
has really good stuff.
Wow.
I don't think he has the biggest power arm, But he has very good stuff, and I think that it plays well.
Because I honestly, I've heard the name. I saw they got him, but I didn't know anything.
Well, okay, wait,
about him.
hold on.
I don't know
Let's slow our rope here because
that's not a term.
I just created it, folks. What is it? It's slow, not slow.
Slow your roll. Let's
slow our
the
rope. Well, we're gonna slow our rope too, because he pitched 16 games in Greensboro, 14 games in Altoona, and 9 in AAA.
And he's been absolutely lights out.
Connor Griffin.
But that's
I'm comparing him to Connor Griffin.
let's.
But you don't need Benoit to be like the best
Benoit-
reliever ever. Like,
that is true.
You know what I mean? And he's 25. I mean, he's someone that, he just has stuff that plays in the major leagues.
I've never heard of this guy. I got to be honest with you. I've never heard of him. I'd have to watch him. I'd have to see. I'd have to. But I mean, I get the based on those numbers, I get where you're coming from there. I think you got to have Evan Sisk on the roster because you traded Bailey Falter for him. He was good last year when they brought him up. He's 31 years old. Does he even have options? Like, he probably doesn't have many options left.
Evan Sisk?
Yeah.
He has, I think, 1 or 2 left.
But he's
he wasn't
older.
brought up. They didn't bring him up very much.
Yeah.
Like in Kansas City.
No, but last year with the Pirates, he was
No, I'm
good,
just
is
saying,
what
like,
I'm
in
saying.
terms of options, like, Royals, like, never brought him up. So
That is true. But I thought, does that run out when you get older? Or no? I guess not. I have no idea.
He wasn't, I mean, he got away with stuff.
He's funky.
I don't
He
think
is.
he's that good.
I mean,
I'm not-
I like him. Like, I wouldn't be like if he makes the roster over Benoit, I'm not gonna like cry myself to sleep. But, like,
I think there's
it's just-
something
that's just
there.
What, that's just what I would do.
I like the funk. I like the funk.
That's like Jeremy Giambi dancing after the Athletics lost in Moneyball.
I mean, 7 games he was horrible in AAA, but in 14 games with the Pirates, I mean, he was pretty darn good. He had a 4.38 ERA, but he had a 1.29 WHIP. I don't know. I mean,
What's his FIP?
We
what
love
is
the FIP.
FIP. What is
They might
FIP
not show
stand
on the
for?
minor league part of baseball ref. Maybe
FIP is like what's your ERA is.
Yeah.
It's like the
Well, I like WHIP.
well
1.29
I like
WHIP.
FIP. Yeah, we can like our different IPs.
He's just a nice guy to bring in certain situations. If
I think you're
facing a
glazing
really
him.
good lefty, he brings that funky arm angle. Like he's interesting. I don't know.
I would if Evan Sisk makes the opening day roster against Benoit, I would not bat an eyelash. I would be perfectly
I
fine.
just think that, especially because you traded for him for Falter, who was at the time a decent
Callum
starter.
Moss looks like the prize of that right now.
You got to see. That is true. But I mean, as
Nobody
far as
thought
this year's
anything of
team,
it.
Yeah, right. This
Nobody thought anything of Moss.
Yeah.
Like in the trade.
So we'll. I mean, I just want to see more of Evan Sisk.
I've seen enough. I've seen enough.
I think there's something there.
AAA, Indianapolis. Pack your bags, kid. 31 years old.
That's incredibly disrespectful.
Well, I don't appreciate the glaze is too much over here about Evans.
Well, someone's got to defend him on this podcast.
I'm not
see
hating on. Like I wouldn't be.
No, I
at
know,
all.
but someone's got to vouch for him. Someone has to have him on their roster. Okay, so Santana, the pitching staff. I think no one's talking about the pitch.
I
There's
agree.
concerns.
Yeah, there
There's
are.
concerns because Skeens, Keller, okay, Chandler and Ashcraft. Honestly, I have more confidence in Ashcraft than Chandler.
Right now, yeah, definitely.
But both are young. We don't know how they're gonna do really. Urquidy hasn't pitched in 2 years. I have him as the 5th starter just because he's the guy that so far they signed with experience. And I mean he's been really good in the past. And I think you obviously could have Majinski on the team. If he wants to start, then you have Urquidy and Majinski each, especially like you said, Urquidy may not be built up, so you have them each pitch 3 innings, I guess. I don't know. Hunter Barco, I didn't really think much about him. I just feel like we're already the starting pitching is young enough as it is right now. It's just like,
Well, the thing with him is he's a lefty, and they want like a lefty in that rotation because it would be all righties.
Yeah.
Is Urquidy? Why do I keep thinking he's a lefty?
Yeah, that's why I meant, like, I was like,
That's
I
a good
can't not
point.
have Barco as your fifth.
That's what.
But still, they still might add later on. But like, if it's right now,
like
this
who
is
else
what
is
you
a
have to-
lefty starter candidate?
But
Yeah.
You know.
Chandler, Ashcraft, and Barco. Like that's
well, I
a
like
lot
what
of
Jake
young.
was saying about the Urquidy and Barco. You know,
You flip them every fifth start.
But,
yeah,
but they
or
keep,
long relief.
Or long
But here's
relief,
my
yeah.
thing: Majinski, they're acting like he's going to be a starter, or that he's only going to be a starter. So where does that leave? Where does that leave us?
It leaves us in a dark place.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
like we can't put into what the Pirates are gonna do.
They've been. They haven't.
That is true.
That was a couple
I mean-
weeks ago. The Majinski thing. We haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah.
since. I haven't heard anything about it since then. So I don't know.
I'm gonna have Urquidy as the fifth starter.
Okay.
But then this bullpen, like Isaac Batson was fantastic, but let's be honest, we didn't think anything of him.
Mm-hmm.
We thought, oh, he'll be up for like a week and then stink, and then all of a sudden he was this great pitcher.
Right.
Like, and he's your setup guy. Santana, Santana, it feels too good to be true almost with him because, like we were talking about earlier off the podcast, like he's not a strikeout guy. Like, this bullpen is gonna miss David Bednar, I feel like.
Yeah, that's
my
the
concern,
one.
man.
Out of the trades that they've made since the trade deadline on to now, that's the one I'm sure Charrington probably regrets, because the catching depth I think is fine. You know, so
I think the Oviedo trade we're gonna look back to
That
because I just think,
genuinely-
especially if Garcia doesn't make the roster, because now you're looking at because if you have Oviedo, that's such an easy
And that's
slotting
a veteran guy who's
Yeah.
made starts. If you have Chandler, Ashcraft, and Barco, that's a lot of unknown and inexperience, a lot of potential. Montgomery, you have to have him on the roster.
Especially with not getting another like veteran starter. Like I thought they were gonna like I was
Well,
I
they
was all
still
in
might.
on.
They still might.
There's
who knows?
time.
But, like,
There's time.
It would be Tyler Anderson or no.
But
one,
I
really.
have my
I wanted like a
concerns.
Max Scherzer.
I did too. Yeah, but then you wouldn't have a lefty.
Well,
But
you literally could have got Jose Quintana.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
they
for
did.
yeah.
$2 million. Like, what are we doing? So, Santana, Matson, Majinski, you're a 2-inning relief, long relief guy. Even though you probably should be in the back end of the bullpen. Montgomery, Sisk, Soto. So I have 3 lefties, and then Lawrence. And I'm gonna have Yohan Ramirez because when he gets hot, when he's in the strike zone, he is hard to hit.
I agree.
And if
I do.
if we could get 2 good months out of him, and then maybe he starts being a goofball, then you could DFA him or whatever. But like, if I can get 2 solid months of production out of Yohan Ramirez, I'll take it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then Lawrence, I think, is a key guy. He has to be like what he was in the small sample size.
100%.
Because if not, you're relying on Matson, who I really like Matson, but again, it was like he came out of nowhere.
He just has to be like a reliable arm to me because if he's what he was in that small sample size, he's an all-star.
Yeah.
This
Like if
season.
he has an ERA of like 3.3.
But he could be a back end of the bullpen. I mean, I'm not seeing a lot of back end of the bullpen. I mean, Soto, I think is
Montgomery
okay.
could really.
But
I really like Montgomery.
He's young and he's struggled. I mean, he has struggled. I worry. I don't feel completely confident in who exactly is behind Santana, and I'm not completely confident in Santana either. That's my concern. And Soto's experienced and he'll do fine, but he's not fantastic. And like I said about Matson, so no Bedoy because I need to actually learn about this guy, and no Nicholas because Nicholas needs to go down to AAA and be good. Because last year we sent him down to AAA, he was a disaster, and then we brought him up anyway, and he was still a disaster. So he needs to actually start out the year well in AAA. So
Okay, so for my pitchers, not too much difference with you guys. I mean, there's only so many you can choose from. Surprise, Paul Skeens, Mitch Keller, Braxton Ashcraft, Bubba Chandler, and then I like Jake Bell. You convinced me, like I said, about the.
So now that
Barco
all
and
3 of us have
Urquidy.
convinced each other.
Yeah, because
I love it.
I was like wary about putting Barco there in the fifth spot. I had Barco. I didn't have Urquidy in there initially at all. But I agree. Like I just think it's a lot thrust onto him, even as a fifth starter, for someone so unproven.
And he's also injury prone. Like you want to build him up too.
Yeah, so I like that kind of role. Maybe not even fifth starter, but just like long relief, or kind of like complementing each other. The 3 innings thing we talked about. My bullpen, let me make sure I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 13. Santana, Matson, Soto, Majinski, Montgomery. I have Kyle Nicholas. I didn't really think too much about this at the end. But I've always liked Kyle Nicholas.
Me too, man.
I do too.
Me too.
He gets a little wild. That's why I want him at AAA. But I think like when he's on, he can be very. I mean, he touches 102.
That's why I want to see him perform at AAA because we may be in a situation. I don't know, this bullpen.
It's very reliant on guys like either bouncing back or like.
We may be in a situation where we need him. Like it'd be good.
You're right.
Yeah. I do think Montgomery, like if they can get the best out of him, I think it significantly raises the ceiling of the bullpen.
Yeah.
I think his talent is undeniable. I was watching him pitch; it was just tremendous. Yeah, and then Justin Lawrence. I took Evan Sisk out last second as I was convinced by Jake Bell that I put Urquidy back in because they did sign him to a free agent deal, and Evan Sisk, doesn't impress me. So, that's my list. There's nothing too exotic about it. Although the Bedoy we were talking about, why not? Why not?
That's what I'm thinking.
You want upside? That's upside right there. And if Nicholas is not performing well, if he's out of the zone, I think that's a great opportunity for a Bedoy or somebody else.
Yeah.
To be like. He wouldn't be like an Isaac Matson, but to be somebody who kind of comes out of nowhere at the major league level,
right,
and would perform. If they get another diamond in the rough,
they need diamonds. They're relying on diamonds in the rough, so they could use diamonds.
And he's a guy who doesn't allow base runners. I mean, he had that long streak of not allowing a hit. Or I don't know if it was a base runner, but he didn't allow a hit for like however long.
When you talked about the Bednar trade, that is a big because that didn't need to be made. We were saying it at the time. You don't have to make the Bednar trade if you're not going to get a return that, like, the return is not. Let's be honest, the return is not what you want.
Yeah.
No.
Because Flores, he's going to start in AAA.
And what? Well, I'll never understand.
It was all the catchers.
How bad of a negotiator are you? Literally, the A's trade Mason Miller for the number 3 prospect in baseball. And David Bednar was pitching better at the time than Mason Miller, you could argue.
The only thing was that Mason Miller had more control, and I guess had the higher
relievers
upside.
were going.
Bro, the Rockies got for Jake Bird almost.
Jake Bird!
And they we're done with you. Like,
that's my
immediately.
point. Is relievers were going at such a high rate. Like they, there were some high buyers. Like there was some big time buying going on with these relievers. The market was high, so it was just. But it's all forgotten, Ben Sherrington.
Yeah,
it's not. Like that's the thing.
For
like
some people, it is though.
They're all in on this, and it shouldn't be because they should have been more aggressive in 2024 and 2025. And like I always like to say, 2020 they did more in 2023 in the offseason than they did in 2024 and 2025.
That 2020 that was very fun because like the Pirates got significantly better, and you thought like the future was very bright. Hopefully, it still is, but. That was just fun.
That's 3 years ago.
That was
now.
3
That's
years
hard
ago.
to believe.
Yeah,
but
that is hard. Jeez, I was a freshman in college, like at the beginning of that.
Yeah.
So
did we say we were gonna just like think about the lineup? What the lineup?
Oh, we could, if you want.
Because I have a lineup just in my head.
I don't have one in my head, but I can.
You guys go first, or Nate, you go first. I'll make.
Yeah, because I've been thinking about this.
Should we think about like righties versus lefties?
I have a lineup.
We'll just do like we'll just do like your main like just the 9 best players, and you just make the lineup and stuff that.
So I got Griffin 1 leading off at Citi Field opening day. 2, I have Brandon Lau. 3, I have Reynolds. O'Hearn in cleanup. He's been at his best in the cleanup spot in his career. I like Ozuna at 5. I think you could swap, flip-flop, Cruz and Horwitz 6 and 7. I'll put Cruz at 6 just because if you put him 7, I feel like there's a big difference, and it's like a confidence thing with Cruz. I don't know. I don't know.
I
at
don't
this
care
point.
about his.
But I do like. I
feelings.
love Spencer Horwitz, so part of me is like, I want Spencer Horwitz to be higher in the lineup. But and then 8, we'll put Henry Davis, and 9 we'll put Triolo.
Yeah, that's not bad. Honestly, like
That's an ugly 8-9.
Who are you gonna put 8, 9?
No, that's what you'd have to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think Triolo is gonna be better than. I honestly do. Maybe I'm misguided.
Yeah, I mean, but now like there's no going to be. Now that you have you don't have a hitting coach that does the complete opposite of what your manager does. Like Shelton was the passive guy, Haig was the aggressive guy. There's so many butting heads. I think there's at least going to be some consistency with the younger players. Maybe not developing the great player, but like it'll be much more consistent, I think, because Kelly is going to let Haig do what he needs to do, and there's no going to be butting heads with Shelton because Shelton wants to do a whole different type of an offensive standpoint. So,
What do we think of Horwitz being so low in the lineup? Do you think? I mean, where are you going to put him on?
well,
That's what
I can name you my lineup right now if you want. Like, I actually have Horwitz leading off because I don't have Griffin.
I'm sorry, I have a quick. Is O'Hearn a switch hitter, or is he just the lefty?
He's a lefty, but he hit like 260 off of lefties.
I always think he's a switch hitter for some reason, even though I've only seen him. I can't imagine his right-handed swing.
Yeah.
But I always think he's a lefty.
So I have Horwitz up the leadoff. I have Reynolds at up second. I think he's just going to be better this year, and I still think you.
Yeah, you
put him there.
could swatch. What am I even saying? Swap. What is going on here?
Yeah, the reason why I have Lau up third is because I think he has the more power, and I think you in the nowadays MLB you want that as your number 3 hitter. 4, I have Ozuna. I mean, assuming like he does better than he does last year. I mean, I think he has the potential to reach close to 100 RBIs at the 4th spot. So that's where I'm putting him. I have O'Hearn up 5th. I have Cruz up 6th. Then I have Gonzalez at 7, which, I mean, if you told me last year Gonzalez would be your 7th hitter, I'd be like very happy. So I'm not complaining. Then I have Triolo up 8th and then Henry Davis up 9th. So.
Yeah, part of me, like, I don't know, part of me would have Davis at 9. But I don't know, something about like Triolo's a 9 hitter I like.
Yeah, and maybe because Triolo, he is a better hitter than Davis right now. I mean, that would make it less like it wouldn't be just continuing to get worse. Like you'd have it someone at least a little better, and then you have to lead off.
And they had Davis at the 8 spot a lot.
Yeah.
Last season because I remember he'd walk and then there'd be like Triolo and then
right.
But
Yeah.
Pirate P, what do you think of these lineups?
I'm making mine right now. Okay.
What
and
a
then
job.
Triol, I have it all. I have it here.
What a job. On the fly.
Yeah, Davis 8. I get. I mean, whatever. I don't even. I really don't.
Yeah,
care.
it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it's
not 8, 9. You can flip flop them. I really don't care. So, I'm gonna have Horwitz as my leadoff hitter. I'm gonna make Reynolds 2, Lau 3, Ozuna cleaning up, O'Hearn 5th, Griffin 6th. I understand that we want him to lead off and everything, but let's.
But you're saying like eventually we'll get there, but not now.
But let's let him play. You know, we don't have to. We could put him in the big leagues. We don't have to.
That's less of a jolt.
The jolt is that he'd be in the big league.
Did you not picture him leading off Citi Field?
I pictured it, but I'm not into that. I don't care about. I want wins. I don't
wins.
care about.
I think he's best as
I don't
the
care
leadoff
about
guy.
dreaming. I'm not doing
I
the
think
dreaming.
he's best as a leadoff guy.
I mean, I agree with you, but like, you don't have to do that right away. Just ease him into it.
I'm
You know
all
what I
about
mean?
wins.
Don't put
It's
the
so
pressure
funny. Like the
on
Griffin,
him.
we're all like, I'm very cautious. You're cautious, but like you want him up, and then Nate's like, I'm going all in on him. He's the leadoff guy.
Right.
That's kind of.
What do you have to lose?
Griffin 6, Cruz
A lot,
7,
actually. A lot.
Davis 8,
With Griffin.
9
exactly.
Triolo.
If they blow
Yeah.
Griffin, if they blow this with Griffin,
I will. That would be so because he's the best offensive prospect I've been alive to see as a Pirate. He's better as a prospect than Kutch. I love Kutch, but as a prospect, he was better. That's just.
well,
a
he's
fact.
the consensus number
Yeah.
1, and people are really. I mean, these like Kylie McDaniel, these like baseball like prospect people.
Yeah.
Like,
well, growing up, Polanco might have been the best prospect technically, like as an offensive player. that I've remembered. So, which is
So
crazy,
where did
but
we
yeah.
defer?
Wait, you
Ozuna's our
what was your
cleanup hitter.
7, what was your She Was 7 for you?
Cruz.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the only difference is like where you put Griffin, if Griffin's there at all.
Yeah.
I like your lineup without a Connor Griffin. Just like Spencer Horwitz to me, it's like
Yeah,
I love that speed as like a leadoff
I
guy.
do. I agree. It's just they don't have too much of that, I guess, that
Right.
you're starting. Unless you're like, who's your fastest
Like,
guy?
if
Like
Griffin-
Cruz. But like, I wouldn't be opposed to Cruz.
Hey, but wait,
we
my
talked about
lineup,
the
Griffin
striking.
and Cruz back to back. That's a lot of speed that could be on the bases at one time.
Oh, you want to spread
You
it
know?
out. You
And
wanna spread
that
it
makes
out
it
throughout
that
the lineup.
you know what
Well,
that's a good point because
yeah,
then
excuse me.
because then
Excuse
like
me.
with that speed, like say you have both those guys on first and third, now all of a sudden you can convert on a hit and run with one of your worst hitters if they just keep it on the ground.
Right.
You know, I think Don Kelly, I think he should utilize, like he should steal bases, hit and runs, like bunts, like do all these stuff that no one does anymore because everyone's like, oh, we need to either hit a homer, strike out, or walk. That's what we have to do now. Like be a little different. I think that will
A
work.
lot of Brewers that,
Yeah,
The Brewers win the division in 2020.
they probably will. Like they trade their
I'll
best
probably-
I'll
pitcher.
never
They-
doubt the Brewers.
They trade their
ever.
best pitcher by far.
I just spent last
And
They
years
traded
they'll be-
away
and they'll be better
a lot
somehow.
of two of their younger hitters who were producing.
Yeah, I would have taken
For more
Caleb Durbin in
pitching.
a heart. If you told me Caleb Durbin was available, I'd be
Yeah.
like Pirates all.
Oh,
but they're not.
absolutely.
They're not going to trade him to the Pirates. But like, I would love that.
He'd easily be our starting third baseman.
Yeah, that would fix everything. Yeah, and then you could have Triolo at short.
It's just
for
like some of
Griffin
these
if you really want.
teams. Like I'm just so done with Cleveland.
Yeah,
Like they just like that lineup is such a joke.
but they'll still win like 80,
They didn't do
87 games.
They didn't
or
do
something.
anything. Reese Hoskins fell into their lap somehow.
I didn't even know he was
Minor league deal.
available.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Minor league deal.
He was an above average hitter, I'm pretty sure, and he signed
I
a
was
minor league
shocked.
deal.
How's worse? That's disrespectful. To
It is.
It's because
yeah.
he's been hurt, right?
That is a nice like Hoskins and Manzardo.
He's gonna make the opening day roster, even though it's a minor league deal. Like
But like you look at like it's
Like he wasn't even that bad last year.
No.
And when he played.
Well, he started off hot. I remember he just like he had a nosedive like middle to late part of
But
the
he still had a
and Andrew
740
Vaughn kind of
OPS.
took over for the Brewers.
Yeah.
So
But these teams like Cleveland, you look at their lineup, it's Quan, it's Ramirez, and I like Manzardo, but it's everything else is ridiculous.
yeah,
And like I swear, if
Ramirez is
Cleveland
just-
makes the playoffs this year, I'm gonna riot.
Yeah.
When they made it last year, I was
Well, I mean, that was
very
like
unhappy.
one of the greatest season comebacks ever.
yeah.
To be 15 and a half games back and
I don't.
for all that
I'm
to
still,
happen.
I'm still shocked how that happened.
Yeah, like
but the Tigers beat them again anyway, so
Yeah.
all was well
which
in
is
the
crazy
world.
because you figure like the momentum wins, but in that situation you have
Yeah,
to go
Turek,
against Scooball.
Scoop,
Yeah,
right.
so that doesn't matter. It's not like football.
But like
so.
these teams that do nothing, and that's like like Milwaukee, they're gonna win 90 games.
I know they traded their best pitcher by far their best pitcher in the rotation, and they trade him. They're going to be better. They're going to
Peralta.
win 100 games.
Who's Peralta? Texas?
Um,
Who'd they
the
trade
Mets.
him?
That's
The Mets.
so he might be their opening
Who
day
went
guy.
to Texas? Somebody went to Texas.
Mackenzie Gore,
Thank you.
And Brandon Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo. That actually is going to be good for them. I think. I think the Rangers.
The
made a good
Rangers
trade
the
with
last
that.
2 years, it's like we got to get it together here.
They were kind of.
But hey, if you if
Wait, do they? Bucci
Bochy's
resigned,
gone.
right?
yeah, Bochy's
Yeah.
gone. Yeah.
Who's the manager now?
It-
There's a lot of like goofy managers
wait,
now that I don't
think I
even
feel
know.
like the Rangers have someone well known, or do they?
I don't think so.
Let's.
Oh
figure
wait, no.
out.
Did they sign? Did they hire Skip Schumacher? Was
That might have
them?
been it. It might have been Skip Schumacher. Was it Skip Schumacher? Because I thought I saw he was hired somewhere.
Let's see.
What?
They have no
Rangers
manager.
yeah.
There's no manager of the Texas Rangers.
Dude, I just went on their website.
It is Skip Schumacher. I don't know how I remembered that.
They don't have it updated since 2019 on their freaking website. You
Who's their manager then?
Who is
so, it's Skip Schumacher now.
skippity doo dah,
2019. Who was their
skippity.
manager in 2019?
Chris Woodward.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I remember
I
him
thought that
in
was
MLB
more recent.
2K12. He was like a free agent.
I thought
Chris
that was a
Woodward.
little more recent.
All right, do we want to transition into
Yeah, we'll do trivia real
low
quick.
trivia?
Oh
All right.
boy.
Fresh. I
this-
haven't thought of this.
Yeah,
at all, actually.
that's why it's going to be more difficult. So
It's Jake Bell's favorite.
it is my favorite. So we haven't done
The
this
Jake
in a
Bell's
while.
favorite segment.
Yeah, it is. We did quarterbacks and running backs, but this time we're doing wide receivers. So Nate and Peyton will collectively guess
Ugh.
who in my opinion, the 5 best wide receivers.
Oh, best, so not just your favorite, the best.
Well, yeah, it's
a little bit
to
of
me,
both.
yeah, it's a little like guys that in my opinion, I think really are better, even though they get other guys more opportunities.
Can
whatever.
I look up wide receivers
Yeah.
for Pitt?
Oh yeah. There's because it's ultimately in my head. It's not like
So what
it's
is
not
this?
statistical.
2016?
Since 2016. So there's a couple things I do want to mention. This is after Tyler Boyd, so Tyler Boyd would not be one of them, unfortunately. And I'm not counting Malik Carter or Quadri Henderson because even though they're technically wide receivers, they have more rushes. I mean, I'm not counting them.
They weren't good enough. They were. Yeah.
So I wrote down like 24 guys, but like 5. Who are the 5?
Okay.
So number 1 has to be Jordan Addison.
I don't know.
He's the best.
Yeah, but
he's
does
the
Jake
best.
Bell like him?
He's
okay.
the best.
My opinion on the person because of transfers. That's not in the play. It's who watching. I'm like, wow, this guy's really good.
Okay.
Like, it's the 5 where I think they're the 5 best.
I feel like a guy name that came to mind. I don't know where he is on the list, but Maurice French.
I think
he's post 2016, right?
Yeah, he played. He might have started 2016, but
spot.
2019 I think was his last year.
Maurice French deserves a spot on
I think he deserves a spot. What about Wonder if Mumfield's on the list. I wonder because he did a great job at the end there.
It's really tough because like I didn't know
a lot of them
in.
were like the same.
Like honestly, there were 2 names I knew for a fact I'd have on, and then the rest this wasn't finalized until I got all 24 names because it was so tough.
I have a soft spot for Tayseer Mack, but I don't think he wasn't like
Tayseer Mack.
He wasn't like a top 5.
So I have like a reference list of what.
And then afterwards, I'll give you my full list of like everybody that I wrote down. But right now, top 5.
Yeah,
Jared Wayne. What about Jared Wayne? 1,000 yards.
Mumpfield, I feel he's top 15 in receiving all time at Pitt.
Yeah, he did play for.
Really?
He played from 2022 to
15th.
2024, so he played 3 years.
And so
probably had 2,000 yards if I had to guess with Pitt, 2,000 some.
Kenny Johnson, he's been a disappointment.
No, he's not on the list. If he's on the list, I'd be
we have
shocked.
3. We have 3.
What about what's his name?
I just found a guy. Here's a guy, Bub Means.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, who's New Orleans? Yeah. Bub Means could be on there. A lot of these guys are just like the same kind of caliber player.
It is so tough. Again,
Shockey Jock Louise.
I was thinking of him, but he didn't.
No.
He wasn't high.
But they're honestly, if I'm being real, there's probably 8 names I considered. Like
now this
genuinely
guy
considered.
I remember the name.
DJ Turner. I like DJ Turner.
Yeah.
Little guy.
It's tough. I can't like tell you my opinions on these guys because it could give it
Tayseer
away.
Mack.
I feel like Tayseer Mack
But I don't even remember him. Like I don't.
I remember him very well. Remember the Kenny Pickett, the Tayseer Mack Clemson touchdown? Tayseer! Right before halftime.
That lives rent free in my head. I will say that. I remember watching that live. That was like one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Can tight ends count?
No, we could do tight ends one day, but no, it has to be wide receivers.
I just feel like Pitt hasn't had a lot of great receivers.
That's why this was such a tough list. This was like I kept going back and forth, but I really feel confident in the 5.
Williams? I don't remember him.
That's Poppy Williams. The
Poppy. No, he sucks.
Not on
there. No. I was like, who is That's right, Poppy. Okay. So we have 3 so far. That I think French. Addison's got to be 1. French might be 2 or 3, and then who was the other guy?
What about Jared Wayne?
Why do I not remember these individuals? 2019 to 2022. Yeah, he's 9th in receiving all time.
Really?
Yeah, I mean...
He had a 1,000-yard season.
Oh,
yeah.
Mumpfield.
Yeah, Mumpfield.
So Mumpfield, French...
Who's 2, though? Whoever you put at 2, we're not going to feel comfortable with.
I think...
I feel like...
I mean, if Maurice French is a guy I always remember.
Yeah.
Like, he would be 2 for me if I was making the list.
Trey Tipton.
And I mean, this isn't a hint, but like I went about this like I would the quarterback and running back, where I truly feel, given the amount of playing time, these would be the top 5 since 2016.
So I think we gotta go Addison, French,
Mumfield.
or does Mac? Jared Wayne. I mean, he was part of the 2021 team. And obviously, that's going to hold dear in Jake Bell's heart.
2022 is like he was the wide receiver 1, like bona fide, and he had a great year. I remember he just cooked Miami at the end there.
That helped him to get 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
Like, he had that monster game.
Let's put Wayne 3rd.
That might be a
Mumfield 4th. And I don't know who your 5th. I have no idea. Tayseer Mack. I don't even remember him. Like, I don't remember Mack and Wayne at all.
Does he have the volume? I don't know if he has the volume,
Mack?
but I just remember
Mack is
like
13th in receiving all time at Pitt.
he was the guy. He was.
Kenny Johnson. Nah.
I think there was somebody else. Yeah, Bub Means. I like Bub Means, but he wasn't here the whole time. I remember he was like a wild card. Like everybody was like, we don't know if he's gonna be any good or not.
Mumfield.
Why is this?
Who? I feel like I'm forgetting. I don't know. Nathan, I mean, what are you thinking?
I'm not thinking at all. I'm thinking about my phone buzzing for no reason. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess I'm comfortable with French being 2, but he didn't have like the team success as much. Hey, I don't
He
know
had
what
the
Jake
aura.
Bell's take.
He had
He did have the aura. I mean, in terms of talent, Addison's 1, and he won the
Addison's
Biletnikoff. So, but he wasn't here obviously the whole time.
He probably won't have it. Watch, he won't have Addison 1.
If that happens, then
Yeah.
wow. Addison French.
I think
Mumfield,
we just put Mac 5th.
Who's 4?
Mumfield,
Who's 3?
Wayne, 2's French, 1 would be Addison. Do we go with that, or do you want to make a change? I mean, I don't know who else.
I don't. Your guess is as good as mine.
All right,
You got the.
Locking
You got
it
the
in.
right
we're
thing,
locking that in.
All right, so you guys have Addison 1, French 2. No, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just trying
I
to
thought you
remind myself.
It's not right.
So
Yeah.
you guys
You got
are saying
zero
you guys are
correct.
saying Addison 1, French
French
2,
2.
Wayne 3, Mumfield 4, Mac 5. Is that what you guys are
Yeah.
saying? Locking it in. All right. So in terms of the right order, you guys got 1 right. But in terms of
I think
players
Wayne
you
is
got
still
in the
on.
top 5, you actually got 4 of them. So that's pretty good
Okay.
because how many receivers they have, I didn't think you guys would get that much. So you want me to go from 5 to 1 or 1 to 5 or
5 to 1.
Yeah,
5 to 1?
you gotta.
5 is a guy you guys did not even mention, which he wouldn't be
I
on
feel
the
like
all-time
I'm forgetting
list.
somebody.
Was he recent?
No,
was he
actually not.
earlier?
He's one at the beginning. This is a guy, in my opinion, that in 2017, if he was given a real quarterback, he would have been drafted in the NFL. He was so good in 2016 with Peterman that, like, every time I watch the game,
You're gonna say it. I'm gonna be like,
contested
I'm
catch.
an idiot.
One year he caught like 30 passes for like 800 yards. Like this guy, like Jester Wea at number 5. Every time he threw it to him, he
Oh,
caught
he's
it.
22nd.
Yeah,
on the
he
list.
didn't
I
have
didn't
that
even look
many.
at him.
he
I didn't even know who
No,
this
he
guy
didn't have that many yards. But when, like, if he didn't
I
get
wouldn't have
screwed
either.
over in 2017 with the quarterback turnover, whatever, he would have been drafted. I think if Peterman was there one more year, he gets 1,000.
I don't
yards.
remember him.
I love
I
Jester
remember the
Wea.
name.
He was incredible. I had him at number 5. Number 4 is where I had Maurice French. I thought he was very good, very consistent, caught a lot of passes. That bowl game was awesome. You know, and he was at the beginning stages of those players that became, you know, the championship team. So like I liked French a lot. Thought he was very good, very reliable. Had to put him at 4. Number 3, and I didn't expect him to put him this high. I knew he was top 5, but Konate Mumfield, I had at number 3.
I was saying
to me, it was so
Dwayne,
close between him and French at 3 and 4. Like I was going back and forth. But Mumfield, I think, just played better for longer. He got drafted, which is all like. I mean, to me, there were 2 very similar players, but I did give Mumfield the edge. He was very, very service. Like I liked him. He was a good receiver.
Yeah.
Number 2, I did have Jared Wayne. I mean, like. He was such a good receiver too for that Pitt team in 2021. And then not only that, but he goes into a situation with Slovis who doesn't play that well, and he does much better. Averages almost 18 yards a catch. I mean, he completely took he's not your prototypical one receiver, but he played like it. I mean, for a possession guy, he was so good after the catch. I mean, his yards after the catch were incredible. I mean, he's
that's what I remember about him.
Yeah, and he didn't look like whenever he came in, he didn't look that athletic, but he just got so much better every
He had like
single
long
year.
strides.
He did,
you know, he just always felt tall to me.
Absolutely. No, I love Jared Wayne. I had to put him at 2. I thought he was so good. And then number 1, I can't believe you guys were like debating about Jordan Addison. I mean,
well, my thing was just like, does Jake Bell like this guy?
To me, I go about this like if they play the full season with these opportunities, who would be the top 5? That's why quarterback. I had Slovis outside the top 5 because I truly feel Yarnell in the full season better than Slovis. But anyway, no, Addison, he has to be number 1. The best receiver I've watched at Pitt. Absolutely incredible. Route running, possession, whatever. He was him. He was great. Do you want me to read off the list of other guys later?
Where'd you have Mac? Where'd you have Mac and Means?
So at number 6, I actually did have Kenny Johnson. I think with really good quarterback play, he would be very good.
I would have Means.
Yeah, I had Means.
Casey or Max, respect.
No, I actually do. Here, I was saying this. So Bub Means, I have at 7. NFL draftee, played very well. He was a guy that he could catch a 30-yard bomb, and he's very good route running. I like Bub Means a lot. Number 8, I had Taser Mack. I actually almost had him higher. I love I remember watching Taser Mack during the first ACC championship team for Pitt. Like whenever Pitt, it was like his first year starting.
Yeah.
Every one-on-one he caught.
I mean,
every single one. I love Taser Mack.
In all-time receiver.
I genuinely was considering having him top 5, but I remember watching just a wee out and I think he's better. But I like Taser Mack a lot. But there's other guys I had, but I love Taser Mack. Number 9, I had DJ Turner.
Number
9. I thought he was good. Yeah, I
9.
did have him top 10. I thought he was very good. In the short season.
Where's he from?
They brought him from Maryland, 2020 season.
He was like a little guy.
Yeah, he was a little guy.
The name sounds familiar, but I don't.
So number 10, I had Blue Hicks, just big play guy. He wasn't someone I considered, but he was very good. I actually had Blue Hicks over Poppy Williams, who had number 11.
Poppy Williams,
very good route runner, couldn't catch.
There was a fall off after. Jeez, man.
Yeah.
Because Blue Hicks.
Well, I mean, we were saying there's not a lot of there.
Yeah,
Pitt
there isn't.
Receiver. We've been in. Pitt is in the past until Kate Bell took over.
Yeah.
Has been O-line U, has been RBU. Mm-hmm. Had some pretty decent quarterbacks. You know, Peterman was a good college quarterback. Tom Savage, then Pickett. Now Heinzel. What's he gonna be? And then obviously, and then tight.
Phil Dracovic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then receivers just haven't been the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like Tyler Boyd was that guy, and then Larry Fitzgerald. You don't think of many Pitt receivers that are great.
But after Poppy Williams, number 12, someone I thought was very underrated, Rafael Arujo Lopes. I liked him. I thought he was good. Nothing great, but I think right after Poppy Williams.
You don't remember Arujo? He was.
Yeah. And then the rest I'll just name very quick.
What about where's Jockey Jock Louis on your list?
I'll name him in a bit. He's pretty down. I thought he was solid, but to me, he has so much potential. He just didn't really do.
I feel like he's better than Blue Hicks. Blue Hicks was a no-show and he only played the 1 year so far.
Yeah. But anyway, I'll go through. I have Dejon Reynolds at 13. I thought he was underrated. I wish he was given.
Wow, that's high for.
It is high.
Wow.
Yeah. But I liked him a lot. I thought he was good.
Over Shockey Shot too. Oh my goodness.
I genuinely think that they were better.
That's very disrespectful.
Number 14. This one might shock you guys, but I thought on most Pitt teams he would be their number 3 receiver, but he was their number 5 or 6 because of how good the 2021 team was, and that was Melky Stovall. I thought his route running was so underrated, but how are you going to play him?
I don't even remember.
How are you going to play him over Addison, Wayne,
I would
Mac,
have Stovall high.
You know what I mean? But I had Stovall at 14.
Hawaii.
15, a guy a lot of people forget as well because he was earlier was Dontez Ford. He was a guy that was productive. I don't really remember him too much, but I remember him being decent.
Yeah,
so number 16, I had him way higher than a lot of people would, but I thought Pitt severely screwed him over and he should have gotten more playing time, and that was Jalen Barden. I loved his playmaking ability. I know he wasn't going to be anything great, but
Who even is that?
Jake Bell, you haven't named Shockey Jacques Louis yet, and you're naming Jalen Barden.
No, Jalen Barden didn't get any opportunity, and every single time every time he put him in, he made this like contested catch. And it was just like, I liked him. I like Jalen Barden.
I have some issues. I gotta be honest.
All right, so I'll just name the rest real quick. Bryce Yates, C.J. Lee, Shockey Jacques Louis, Aaron Matthews.
He can't even say his name right after disrespecting him.
Jacques Louis.
Jacques
Louis.
This is out of control.
So after Barden, it's Yates, C.J. Lee, Jacques Louis, Aaron Matthews, Jaden Bradley, Deuce Spawn, Trey Timpton, Dontavius Butler Jenkins.
The kick return.
Yeah, he made the top 24.
Yeah, so my thing is here, Jake Bell, like Shockey Jacques Louis got to be higher.
I mean, I thought he was good. It's just like, I don't know. There are other guys that I was just more high on.
Maybe I just think of him.
Maybe I'll put him over. How about this? I'll put him over C.J. Lee.
You gotta put him over Jalen Barden.
I thought Jalen Barden.
How many
was better.
catches did he have in his Pitt tenure? 10 catches.
Well, Shockey Jacques Louis. He might have had 10 catches a year.
What do you have against Jockey?
I don't. It's just these guys are just thought we're better. I have no problem with Shockey Jacques Louis. I genuinely don't. It's just I thought those guys were better.
He's an Akron Zips wide receiver,
Yeah, well, I don't care what he does outside of Pitt. Like, it's just, this is what I thought as a Pitt Panther.
I don't know. Jalen Barden, like, I don't. And
I don't know. This is just the eye. He just passed the eye test, in my opinion.
This podcast has gone on too long now. This is
the worst list in the history of our country over here.
But
Jake
honestly,
Bell.
I think the top 5 is 100% accurate from what I've watched, in my opinion.
I would trust you on that.
So.
Yeah, I just think, I don't know. When I heard I started hearing Blue Hicks, and I was like, but again. Who else
I do like Blue Hicks. I do. He needs to be stepping up.
Yeah.
He needs to be.
He does. I like him. So.
But I just the Jalen Barden one that got me because
I've never heard of that
he was
person.
number 16 and that Jacques Louis at 18.
Never heard of him.
Because Barden
Barden was in a crowded receiver room, genuinely. So he was just never going to get shot. So he was going to have to transfer eventually. And because he had the lack of playing time, he wasn't going to get picked up.
How many catches did he have at Pitt fired fee?
He probably had 10, honestly, 10 to 15.
That's I just feel like.
But every time it wasn't like he was just making these whatever catches. It's like, I remember this isn't the only way based off him, but he caught a touchdown against Miami. It was this gigantic touchdown. He caught he was off balance
9
at the
catches
back of the end zone
for
his entire career. He only played in 2021.
And I loved all 9 of his catches, so I had him at 16. So, all right, is that all?
That's it.
That's all we have.
People are logged off by now. This is over.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching episode number 65 of We Are Family. Should I preview next week? Should I? Not say the thing, but say that.
No,
we
let's not preview because you never know what will happen.
That is true. Yeah,
we're looking to have a guest on.
We are looking. Yes, that's all I was gonna say. We're looking at having someone on, hopefully for episode 66. If we do, that would be very, very great.
And go watch our Filipponi episode.
Yes, please.
I want that to have 100 views. I don't think we're at 100 with that. That should have 100.
I agree. That
have a million.
I was gonna say it deserves a million.
For being honest.
Because Filipponi was so great. Genuinely, he's such a great guy. Very great conversation. So please check that out. Be prepared for the pod games. I can't wait to edit that. It's gonna be easier for me to edit because football's hard because of the yards.
Right.
But hockey, I think that'll get out quicker. Hopefully because of break coming up soon. So we'll see about that. But other than that, you guys have any closing thoughts?
Nope. Enough's been said.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.